Glorious pastimes of Benapole. Soon after leaving his home at Boron, Srila Haridas Thakur spent a few days here at Benapole, which is located in Jeshore district of Bangladesh. The place, in fact, is very near to the international border post between India and Bangladesh. Namami Haridasam Tam Chaitanyam Tam Chatat Prabhum Samsthitam Murtim Swanke Kritva Nanartaya. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Haridas Thakur and his master Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who danced with the body of Haridas Thakur on his lap. Choosing a solitary forest for his stay over here at Benapole, Haridas Thakur set up a cottage and established his Bhajana Kutira. He planted Tulsi, and in front of Tulsi Devi, he used to chant 300,000 holy names of Lord Krishna daily. He chanted through the day and night. In order to sustain his body, he used to beg for food from a Brahmana who lived nearby. Srila Haridas Thakur's name and fame soon began spreading far and wide. Everyone began respecting and revering him. However, there lived an envious landlord by the name of Ramachandra Khan. He was envious of Vaishnavas and a great atheist. He found it difficult to tolerate that Haridas Thakur was being offered such respect. Thus, he began plotting ways and means to defame and dishonor Srila Haridas. Being unable to find any fault with him, he conspired with the prostitute and asked them to lure Haridas and deviate him from his vow of austerity. Among those prostitutes, one young and very attractive girl named Hirabai was selected. Hira was very confident and assured Ramachandra Khan that she would be able to accomplish her job within 3 days. Ramachandra wanted to send a constable with Hira so that he could arrest Haridas as soon as he would try to get anywhere close to the girl. However, Hirabai wanted to get intimate with Haridas Thakur at least once before Haridas was arrested. So she requested Ramachandra Khan to send a constable when she would unite with Haridasa for the second time. So as planned, Hirabai approached the cottage of Haridas Thakur in the middle of the night. She dressed herself very beautifully and stood there exposing a part of her body to his view. She flattered Haridas Thakur, saying how beautiful he looked and how desperate she was to enjoy him. She explained that it would not be possible for her to continue living if she does not get to unite with Srila Haridas. Tumara sangama lagi lubdhamora mana tumana paile pranana Yaya Dharana Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya 3113. Haridas Thakur listened to the girl carefully and assured that he would definitely accept her. However, he requested her to wait until he had finished chanting his spiritual number of rounds. He said that he would fulfill her desires after that. So Hira sat there and waited for Haridas to finish his chanting. When the light of the morning appeared, Hira stood up and left disappointed. She went and updated Ramachandra Khan about what had happened and expressed her confidence in alluring Haridas the following night. Hira came to Haridas Thakur the following night. Haridas Thakur offered her assurances once again and made her sit and hear his chanting attentively. As the morning approached, Hira turned restless. Haridas Thakur explained that he had vowed to chant 10 million holy names a month. As his rounds were not finished, yet he was not able to enjoy with her. But he assured her that he would definitely complete his rounds the next day, and then they could unite as agreed. Hira left only to return the following night. The next day, Hira arrived by evening and waited eagerly for Haridas to complete his rounds. The night gradually passed and the chanting of the holy name slowly began to have its effect on the consciousness of the prostitute. She had a change of heart and soon surrendered at the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur ki Jai. She confessed her guilt and revealed how Ramachandra Khan had appointed her to defame and pollute the Thakura. She begged forgiveness and expressed how, being engaged in the profession of a prostitute, she had committed countless offences in her life. She accepted Haridas Thakur as her spiritual master and sought his guidance. Veshyahena Veshyahana Muni Papa Kariyachonna Para Kripa Kari Karamo Adhame Nishtara. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Haridas Thakur replied that he knew everything about the conspiracy of Ramachandra Khan, whom he then addressed as an ignorant fool. He added that he could have left Benapole on the very day Ramachandra Khan was planning all of this, but he had only stayed back to deliver Hirabai. Haridas Thakur then instructed Hira to immediately return home and distribute whatever property she possessed to the Brahmanas. After that, she was ordered to return to that very place and chant the holy name of Krishna in front of Tulsi Devi for the rest of her life. Instructing thus, Haridas Thakur stood up and left. Hira did accordingly, and she went on to become a great Vaishnavi. She shaved off her head and resided in that cottage wearing only one cloth. She chanted 3 lakh holy names daily and ate whatever little food she obtained by begging. When she would obtain no alms, she would fast. Day and night she chanted and served Tulsi Devi with utmost devotion. Gradually she conquered her senses and the symptoms of love of God began manifesting within her. Many stalwart Vaishnavas came to take her darshan and seek her blessings. Hirabai came to be subsequently known as Laksha Hira, as she chanted lakhs of holy names daily. Shri Laksha Hira Devi ki. In course of time, Ramachandra Khan received the results of offending Vaishnavas, especially that of offending an exalted devotee like Haridas Thakur. When Lord Nityananda returned to Bengal to preach bhakti, he began touring all over the country. Thus, it so happened that he, along with his followers, once visited Benapole and rested at the Durga Mandapa of Ramachandra Khan. Ramachandra Khan objected to this and sent his servant to convey the message that the devotees should select a different place for their stay. Lord Nityananda, on hearing this, became very angry and started laughing out loudly. He exclaimed that Ramachandra had rightly spoken, that the place was unfit for the devotees to take rest. Instead, it was only fit for cow-killing meat-eaters. Saying this, Lord Nitai, along with his followers, left the village. Satya kahe ghara mora yogya naya mlecha go vada kare tandra yogya haya. After Nityananda Prabhu and his followers had left, Ramachandra ordered his servants to purify and clean the Durga Mandapa with cow dung and water. The fool was under the impression that the place had become contaminated. They will eat cow and use cow dung to clean. Coming in contact with Lord Nityananda and his followers, for whom he had no regard. Such is the consciousness of demons. A demon might make a great show of religiosity by conducting Durga Puja festivals or occasions like that, yet he can be easily identified by the way he treats other devotees or by the degree of his enviousness. Repeatedly committing Vaishnava Aparadh, Ramachandra Khan was in no position to realize that Nityananda Prabhu was none other than Lord Balaram. Worse, he ended up offending him and his followers as well. Ramachandra Khan's business was questionable and he avoided paying taxes to the government. Soon the Muslim ministers found this out and they arrested Ramachandra Khan along with his wife and sons. They stayed at his Durga Mandapa and having killed cow, cooked it over there for 3 continuous days. They plundered the village and as a result it remained deserted for many years. This is what happens when offences are committed. Wherever an exalted devotee of the Lord is insulted, even if it's a single person's doing, the entire town or village ends up suffering the terrible reaction. Mahanterapamanaye desha gramahaya eka janara doshe savadesha ujjadaya. Haridas Thakur, life after leaving Benapole. After leaving Benapole, Haridas Thakur shifted to Adi Saptagrama, and then he stayed for a few days at Pulia near Shantipur. Over there he had enacted some amazing pastimes like surviving even after being whipped at 22 marketplaces, initiating Maya Devi, etc. Thereafter he shifted to Jagannath Puri along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he subsequently put an end to his manifested pastimes there at Puri. We have covered this. Haridasa chila pritibhira shiromani taha vina ratna sunya haila medini. So here we have the sacred Madhavi tree. We have the Bhajan Kutira of Laksha Hira Devi. And the same compound Lord Chaitanya and Advaita Acharya had previously met. And there stands a Tamala tree where they sat and discussed. Advaita Acharya had planted this around 500 years ago. One is Haridasa's Madhavi tree where he chanted. Other one is Advaita planted a sacred Tamala. This is Hira Devi. Haridas Thakur stayed few days only, and this became the bhajan study of Laksha Hira. From his village he came here. When is not given, date is not given. He wanted to go away from the people and the town and the village, so he came here and chanted. From here he went. It is right across the river. You can cross the river and access many of those places in Navadvip. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki, Laksha Hira Devi ki, Gaura Mandal.